Good morning. This is Miss Maggie T with Lush Exchange. And of course, if you're new to the channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss another post from me. But I want to talk about comfort zones and how it's important to step outside of them. When you feel like you're not going any place or you fear doing things, how do you expect to go far? It's hard. So I want to go into this quote and then give you some tips about how to step out of that comfort zone. If you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. Absolutely. Have to step outside of that comfort zone. Because when you stay complacent like that, you stay in that safe place. It's very hard for people to see all your true potentials and push yourself to limits. The ability to take risk by stepping outside your comfort zone is the primary way by which we grow. But we are often afraid to take that first step. In truth, comfort zones are not really about comfort. They are about fear. Break the chains of fear to get outside. Once you do, you will learn to enjoy the process of taking risks and growing in the process. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to do so. Become aware of what's outside of your comfort zone. What are the things that you believe are worth doing but are afraid of doing yourself because of the potential disappointment or failure? Draw a circle and write those things down outside the circle. This process will not only allow you to clearly identify your discomforts, but your comforts. Then write identified comforts inside that circle. So get it down all on paper first. Know exactly what is uncomfortable for you. Become clear about what you are aiming to overcome. So take the list of discomforts and go deeper into it. Remember, the primary emotion you are trying to overcome is fear. How does this fear apply uniquely to each situation? And be specific. So you got to ask yourself, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of walking up to people and introducing yourself in social situations? Are you afraid that people won't take you seriously? Why? Is it because you're insecure about the sound of your voice? Is it because are you insecure about your look? Is it because you fear how they feel about your skill set? Or are you afraid of being ignored? It's a good question. Think about it. Get comfortable with discomfort. One way to get outside of your comfort zone is to literally expand on it. Make it a goal to avoid running away from discomfort. Let's stay with the theme of meeting people in social settings. For example, if you start feeling a little panic when talking to someone you've just met, try to stay with it a little longer than you normally would before retreating to comfort. If you stay long enough and practice often enough, it will start to become less uncomfortable. So taking small steps into pushing yourself outside those limits, those boundaries. Trying it just little by little will help you kind of get your foot outside that door just a little bit more. See failure as a teacher. Many of us are so afraid of failure that we would rather do nothing than take a shot at our dreams. Begin to treat failure as a teacher. What did you learn from the experience? How can you take that lesson to your next adventure to increase your chance of success? And many highly successful people have failed plenty of times, so don't beat yourself up. Failures are life lessons, and you can definitely grow from it, because once you analyze what went wrong and what went well, so the pros and cons of every situation, you learn what not to do the next time around. You figure out what happened and you try to improve it. That's how you get past failure. That's how failure becomes a positive thing, not such a negative. And once again, take baby steps. Like I said, slowly but slowly. Don't try to jump outside your comfort zone. You will likely become overwhelmed and jump right back in. Take small steps towards the fear you are trying to overcome. If you want to do something that you are afraid of, you have to start very small. Like, let's say, for instance, you need to present something to somebody, or you have something that you're truly excited about. Talk to somebody. You can practice these things with families and friends and pitch it to them. Sometimes just get your peer reaction to something, get you a little bit more comfortable about taking those steps. And next, hang out with some risk takers. And there's no substitute for this step. If you want to become better at something, you must start hanging out with the people who are doing what you want to do and start doing the same thing. Because their influence will start to have an effect on your behavior. So it's okay, to find those like-minded people. Start asking those questions of what they're doing, jotting those down. Now, you can be your own individual person, but you want to take those steps of what somebody else taught you and make it your own, especially if they're willing to give you those steps. Be thankful for that. Be honest with yourself when you're trying to make excuses. Don't say, "Oh, I just don't have time for this right now." Instead, be honest and say, "I'm afraid to do this." Don't make excuses just to be honest. You will be in a better place to confront what is truly bothering you and increasing your chance of moving forward. So, when you make excuses, you're really just setting yourself back. I'm sorry, and don't make excuses, just be honest. So you only set yourself up when you do so. So identify how stepping out will benefit you. What will be the ability to engage in public speaking do for your personal and professional growth, or any other project? Find out how this will make you much better. And keep these potential benefits in mind as motivations to push through fear. So think about where you're trying to go with it and what motivates you to get there. When you think about that common thing, you push through that fear a little bit more because you know you have a goal that you're trying to reach. Don't take yourself too seriously. You got to learn to laugh at yourself when you make those mistakes. Sometimes we're a little too critical on ourselves. Risk-taking involves failures sometimes and setbacks that will sometimes make you look foolish to others. That's okay. Be happy to roll with the punches when others poke fun. And use it as a crutch to prove them wrong. And let them laugh. Because guess what? You'll have that last laugh at the end. When you finally break through that and make it right this time. And do good successfully. Forget what others thinks. Only think about what you think. Focus on the fun. Enjoy the process of stepping outside your safe boundaries. Enjoy the fun of discovering things about yourself that you may not have been aware of previously. So you learn something new about yourself. You learn how good you are at something. As you become more confident, you decide to take more risk and try new things. And you become a whole new, better you. And it would seem really scary at first to get out of your comfort zone. But as I said, you don't need to jump right out of your comfort zone at once. You can take baby steps gradually. As you slowly push past your comfort zone, you'll feel more and more at ease about new stuff, which seems so dangerous and scary to you. You'll be ready to take it. Take the first step, and I'm sure you'll make it. And now that you've got more time and space at home, I know with this COVID things, make the change you've always wanted now. Definitely. Now you've got more time and space. This is the right time to make your goals happen. If you aren't taking any action now, chances are you will never reach your goals. Absolutely. So people, don't be stuck in your ways. Don't be too afraid. And watch others just flourish in front of you because they're confident. They can handle those uncomfortable, scary situations. You have to know how to face them. I do hope this message gets you far, people. Hope this takes you a little bit out of your comfort zone and realize you're only holding yourself back when you do so. Okay? But that's all I have for you this morning. So, of course, if you're new to the channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss another post from me. And I appreciate you listening to me. All right, people. Until the next time, this is Miss Maggie T with Lush Exchange, and I'm out. Peace.